So you're thinking about putting a mobile home on raw land. It sounds amazing. You could have a brand new, affordable, move-in ready home on your own piece of land. In today's economy, that's a big deal. But there are some pros and cons that you need to consider before jumping in. Hey y'all, my name's Dan, and we actually did this ourselves. We bought raw land, had a mobile home delivered and set up, and we started building our homestead from the ground up. In this video, we're going to break down the good, the bad, and what I wish I would have known sooner before I started this journey. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. So why should you consider putting a mobile home on raw land? Why are people doing it? Putting a mobile home on raw land is becoming more and more popular, especially with how crazy home prices are right now. You can get your own land, your space, your privacy, and you're not stuck in a subdivision. Every year, more and more people are selling their homes in the city and they're moving out to the country. There must be something to this. Oh, it is so beautiful out here today. We are living the dream. It sounds amazing, doesn't it? And in many ways, it really is. But it's not as simple as just dropping a house on a piece of land and calling it home. Let's start with the pros. These are the reasons we chose this path and why I still recommend it to the right person. Affordable living. You can get a mobile home and a piece of land for way less than any stick-built home. It's one of the most affordable ways that you can own both. You can put a mobile home on a quarter-acre piece of land somewhere close to the city or even away from the city for not that very much. Now, if you want to go bigger, you can also find a half acre, 1 acre, 2 acre, 3 or 4, whatever you choose. But chances are you're going to be further away from the city with the more land you have. And that's all things to consider. We had to consider this when we bought our home. Like I said, you can get a piece of land closer to the city, maybe a quarter acre, even half an acre, for something really affordable. Me and my wife, we wanted something a little bit bigger, so we were forced to move further out towards the country. So we are no longer in city limits, but we do have a larger piece of land at a very fair price. And you can find pieces of land like this all over the United States for a really good deal. I remember the first time we went out looking for land. It was the funnest part of it, man. I loved it. I can't say it's the funnest part. Clearing the land was funner for me. But it was the most exciting part, is looking for the land. Like, you're exploring land. So the realtor took us to different lands and things, and I actually got out on foot. Like, I absolutely loved it. It was like an adventure, you know. You actually got to get out of the truck and walk through the woods, and it's just the excitement overwhelms you. The driveway we did ourselves. I'm not very good at running machinery and stuff, so I bought this little mini excavator, and we used that to do the driveway little by little by little by little. We were loading up the back of my pickup truck with lime rock, driving it down a little bit, dumping it, raking it, come back, do it again. It was a long process, but it was winter time. I had my little nephew with me, and we had so much fun. It was an adventure, and we loved it. You know, it was exploring. It was just really good bonding time. My wife and I came out a couple times, and we did the same exact thing. We got babysitters. We came out. We spent days out here together. And like I said, it was bonding time. It was memories made, and we had a blast clearing the land, getting everything ready. It was my favorite part. It really was. I kind of wish I can go back and redo all that again. It was so much fun. The adventure you will never forget. So we are about an hour away from a major city. So that means if I have to go to Home Depot, Lowe's, we want to go watch a movie or go to a chain restaurant, we're driving an hour to go do it. So it comes at a cost. We do have local amenities in this small town. We have grocery stores. We even have a Walmart that's about 30 minutes away. But even that, I mean, to go to Walmart and back, it's an hour of driving round trip. 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. Another aspect that a lot of people forget about is considering how far away is doctors and hospitals. Take our small town, for instance. We do have doctors and local convenient cares, but the hospital, that's an hour drive. Luckily, we do have a helicopter pad. These are all things that you really need to consider before buying your piece of land. We did do our research, so we knew exactly what we were getting ourselves into. But for somebody just starting out, you know, it's probably good to have somebody to tell you this stuff. Do your research. Our biggest thing was, how far away is Walmart? Because that's where we do a lot of our grocery shopping. How far away are schools if you have kids? That's a really important one. If you got to drive your kids to school and back, let's say you got to go pick them up, drop them off, the location of the school. If you got to drive 40 minutes to the closest school, I mean, that's huge. If you have kids, check all this stuff out. Also, what is there to do around your town? Sure, you have your new piece of land and your new mobile home set up. You have your privacy. You have freedom to do whatever you want. But what is there to do? Are you just going to be bored the whole time? So that's all things to think about when you buy your piece of land. How far away is local things to do? Do you have restaurants nearby? Do you have activities to do? Is there a movie theater? What do you like to do? Do you like to play golf on the golf course? We don't have any of that around us where we are. So if that's something you really need, you should definitely do your research. Now, I'm not trying to make this sound like it's a bad move. I didn't make a bad move because we love it where we are. Think about it. Hunting, fishing, wildlife, a nighttime sky full of stars, peace and quiet, crickets chirping. Now this is what I call country living. And if you're like us, this just might be for you. Okay, here it is. Here's the main reason why I put a mobile home on raw land. I have freedom to do whatever I want to do. That means I can build what I want, I can do what I want, and I can have whatever animals I want. Those are the three main things. We want to come out here and start our homestead. We can build chicken coops. We can build gardens. We can build big shops. Whatever my dreams are, I can do it out here. And there's no HOA telling me what color I have to paint my house or my mailbox. I have freedom. I can do whatever I want. And that's my main reason I chose this lifestyle. Come on, let me show you around. So like I said, we still have a ton of work to do here. But we're putting fences up. This is just a little backyard fence I did for my kids. Nothing fancy. But in a lot of places, you'd have to pull permits for this type of stuff. And we just go ahead and do it. We do what we want when we want. We've even built a new chicken coop. So we wanted this type of lifestyle where we could raise chickens and birds and do things. And this is a big reason we put a mobile home on raw land. Bye. And maybe chickens and gardening and homesteading just ain't your thing. You can also, like I said, you can get a piece of land closer to the city, maybe a 1/4 acre lot or something. There's places all over near the city that allow you to put a mobile home on the land where you own the land, free and clear. Another reason we chose to put a mobile home on raw land is because of the fast setup process. Once your permits are approved, your home can be delivered and set up within 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes sooner. So it is livable way faster than a traditional built home, which can take up to a year to build. And now for the cons. These are things that I wish somebody would have told me before we started. Do you know what raw land means? That's exactly what it means. Raw land. There's nothing on it at all. That means starting from scratch. That means power, septic, water, maybe even putting in a driveway, clearing trees, clearing land. It is raw. So you have to develop the land the way that you want to, which can add up very quickly. Now, when it comes time for delivery day, that delivery truck has to be able to get that mobile home on your raw land. We actually had trouble in this area where we had to take down some trees that were kind of low. We had to clear the trees. We had to lay a driveway down because we had sandy soil. The trucks couldn't get out here. But don't let this upset you, because chances are the mobile home company that you're going with, they're going to send somebody out there to look over the land and make sure that they're able to deliver the mobile home without any issues. So now when I say you have to run power, you have to have septic, you have to have electricity, your driveway, all this different things, don't let that overwhelm you. Most mobile home companies, they have guys that do everything. They come out, they clear the land, they set it up, they run the well, they run the septic. They have guys that do all that for you. They have financing available, either through them or through other lenders they work with. They have financing for everybody. You can get a land and mobile home package together in one loan, which is really neat. So if you're looking for land, I'm telling you guys, encourage you, get out there and talk to these mobile home dealers, see what they have to offer you. Because like I said, they can include the well, the septic, your electricity, everything all in one loan. You don't have to pay for anything out of pocket. Everything is in that loan, and they take care of everything. You don't have to lift a finger. For us, we chose to do things a little bit different. We did a lot of the work ourselves, and I hired out a lot of local people from around town and things. I knew a lot of people in my area that I wanted to work with, so we kind of went our own route. But if I wanted to, I could so easily got a mortgage, for everything and put it all in one loan. That's definitely an option. So now our mobile home has been delivered and set up, and we are living in it. You want my honest advice? So even though it's overwhelming at first, We didn't have a porch to come out on and drink your coffee. No porch. Remember, this is just the mobile home. Porches and things you have to build later. So we had no porch, not even a shed to put my tools in, not even a patch of grass. We have to grow some grass or get some sod. Even though this sounds so overwhelming, we realize something so powerful. We get to build this our way. We get to build our yard, our homestead, our dreams. You know, we're not stuck with something that somebody else designed. We get to design it the way that we want it. And that in itself is a reason to put a mobile home on raw land. So I hope that this gave you a pretty clear picture of what it's like to put a mobile home on raw land. You know, the things that you didn't know before, hopefully you get a better idea about it. There's a lot involved in it, but the ending is so rewarding. You guys get out there, do some research. I encourage you. This is not a bad lifestyle, and you can get these, like I said, quarter-acre piece of land. If you want something bigger, get a half acre, get 1 acre. You know, just do some research, get out there, explore, go look at some land. The journey is so exciting, and you guys can do it. I know you can, and I am here to encourage you. I can answer any questions you may have, and if I don't have the answer to a question, I know people who do. So don't be afraid to ask your question. Drop them down below. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. Check out our other videos. We have a ton of mobile home content, including a ton of tours. Go on our channel, check it out, subscribe. We love y'all, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.